Oh my goodness. What is this design? Look at the choreography. Today I'm going to be watching and breaking down Stellar Blade Blood Rain reveal trailer. Let's check it out. I don't know what to expect. If you enjoy your time, make sure to follow and check out my voice acting on Instagram. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Insane set design. This is in-game footage. It looks like concept art. Look at that. Yeah, it's actually amazing. Incredible. Okay, we got some like android police. Oh, the music. Nice character reveal. Did you see that? Really nice character reveal with the foreground elements. Okay, let's see the face. They're holding back. Insane fidelity.
I'm listening.
I like the voice acting. Really cool character reveal. Look at that guy.
You're acting a little strange today.
Man, look at the fidelity. And like the hair and the eyelashes, the eyebrows and stuff. Insane. I was just talking about this with Resident Evil. We just broke down Resident Evil Veronica. This has a really cool blend of like photoreal, but also with the character design. Like the eyes are like big. It looks like an anime drawing, right? Like the eyes are super stylized. Like they're huge. But it has like photoreal elements to it. It's a really interesting mix.
Oh yeah? It's our first
That's a great shot. That might be my favorite shot.
Stop saying weird things.
Okay, take it easy.
Man, the set design is also a winner here.
They're moving.
Little details like the vending machine.
Ready, Angel.
Roger, Kenna.
Awesome. Blended in. Insane. Right, the seamless gameplay. Gotta love it.
How's it looking?
I really like the coloration and the lighting. Like I want to go back. Just look at this. Look at this amazing lighting. I think it was this shot. Yeah, this shot just stands out to me. I usually pick my favorite shot if you're new to the channel at the end of a cinematic breakdown. I want you guys to do the same, but this one might be it. And it's not just because it's aesthetic. Like it's amazing composition because of the spiral right here. You want to talk about composition? This spiral leads you right to the character, right? It's just an incredible spiral. Leading lines, as we call them in drawing, and it leads you right to the character right here. But it's not just that. It's the lighting. It's well lit. Like there's a lot that's not just like lost in shadows. And it's very, very good, like high dynamic range. But also, it's the coloration. Like it has this beautiful, beautiful kind of like almost like turquoise tint to it, which in this case would be the daylight of it, but it has that turquoise tint as an artistic choice in the coloration, and then you have the warmth of the neon signs here in the orange, and it's just beautiful. And of course your eye gets drawn down into here too, and so what's going on over there? Just incredible. And like I said, the set design, I just said this in the other video, filmmakers will say, directors will say, a good set design is messy because it looks lived in, it looks alive. And look at these little details. There's like littering right here. There's like somebody was working on something. There's like a mechanics box. There's some wiring. It reminds me of like old Star Wars in that just legendary design because of that grittiness, that lived in, that greasiness. So anyways, with that in mind, let's continue.
Are you a little excited?
Really stand out.
Stop saying weird things.
Yeah, I really like the stylization. And they seem to be following just like the rule of cool also as like a design rule here. Like that guy just looks like an absolute beast as well. Even though he still has like the big eyes and stuff, he looks like really
Roger, Kenna.
intense. And the music is cool because it feels like it could be diegetic sound happening in the world of these characters that we happen to hear because you're just walking down the street and it fits the set.
In the movies, this is always where
Hey, great character design in the NPCs here. A lot of good variety of people.
It's a cliche.
Cool hairstyles.
The target stopped.
Hearken! The pulse rain shall cease! In the name of the Father!
Things escalated quickly here. Oh my goodness. What is this design? Look at the choreography. Oh, listen, I'm a martial artist, man. If you guys don't know, I train martial arts in China. Sign me up for this. Yes. Hand-to-hand fighting? Oh man, the mobility. Yeah, just fantastic choreography. And we're using that choreography to motivate the camera movement in really creative ways. Insane set design again. Yeah, it's the same thing I said. Wow, we're gonna break that down after that choreography section, like shot for shot. But it's the same thing I just said. Look at this, like, looks very real, like a real human here. But the eyes are just a little bit exaggerated, like a tiny bit, like a drawing. And look at this guy. Similarly, right? We're emphasizing the elements of the character. Look at the fur, by the way. Holy mama, that's insane fidelity. But we're emphasizing elements of the character, like, you know, his jawbones, obviously in the design here, but also his eyes. Like his eyes are, you know, even more kind of like discerning and even more intense. Really, really great stuff. But again, I think the set design might be the winner here. Really great martial arts choreography. Yeah, we got a lot to break down. Flash kick, yes. Oh, that was a great shot. Just looking down. Look at the character. I really like that the fighting style is just like visceral. She's putting her entire weight into the strikes. She's got a sword. It's like an elbow blade. That was awesome. Yeah, the movement is just so well choreographed. I really like it. Yeah, incredible trailer. Let's look at the ending here. Look at this. This might be the shot. This is definitely like the action shot of the trailer, but let's look at a few more, and I'm gonna break down that choreography too. If it's your first time here and you're having a good time, make sure to sub. We do a lot of cinematic breakdowns like this. I'm also a voice actor. We talk about acting, performances, and we usually pick our favorite shot. So I want to hear from you guys. What's your favorite shot? I'm gonna tell you mine. I already talked about that one, but we might have just topped it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, just really good framing throughout the action, which we'll talk about a little bit more during the fighting section, but I gotta see this one shot called Stellar Blade. She's gotta have a blade, right? But yeah, I like that her demeanor when she's walking around is like kind of chill, kind of relaxed, but when she's fighting, it's just like absolute full commitment to the destruction. Fighting style is brutal. This is the shot here, I think. Yeah, she catapults out here, and we gotta talk about this. Look at the framing. What we're doing here is we start in almost a cowboy shot, almost a full shot, but we end up, she falls into the frame as she rotates here in such a cool way. And we actually have that was really nice, the rack focus out of focus, because it's like it gives you a disorienting feeling as if you're falling, and it's from that rack focus. Do you see what I'm saying? Watch this. There's this little moment of like, almost like your eyes are adjusting. Watch. Isn't that so cool? So it's as if you're like, whoa, you start to fall and your eyes kind of like adjust for a second. But look at this. I really like how they're playing with depth. It's just insanely huge drop. But again, she's just chilling. And that's a great shot, kind of using a wide angle lens here to elongate the limbs, right? So you have the boot right here as it just draws your eye. And like I said in the other shot, right, this is going to draw your eye down into this just void in the frame. So awesome. And I think it was, yeah, this was the other shot I wanted to see. Similar thing, right? We're using this is actually less of a wide angle right here. We're shifting. You can see how it stretches the limbs as we go into the shot. Really good rack focus again, starting on the boots to kind of show the stylization, right? Let's focus on the character design and the outfit, and then we're gonna rack focus into the face, and she just slams down. Now, there's one more winner of this video, and it's the sound design. Crisp. Did you hear that crunch? Nice reveal there as well. All right, so I got to go to the fighting part because my goodness gracious, was it insane. It's right after this guy went crazy over here. So let's start right here. Again, look at this. We got to talk about this insane weapon too. I love that she uses martial arts. That's this. This might be the stellar blade game that I play. Wait, right here was this shot, I think. Where did it go? Yeah, right there. Look at the lighting hitting her hair. It's worth noting how well this is rendered, and it's just awesome. Really, really cool. And you can see as the train's going by, look at how it's lighting her hair on and off. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, this is extremely well lit. Very, very good stuff. And of course you have this crazy transformation of this kind of gauntlet that she's using. Really nice details there. And again, the fighting style, I like that, you know, in her demeanor, she's kind of like, don't talk about stuff like that. She's really chill. I like the deeper voice too. It's really cool. It shows like a maturity in the character that I really like. I like that with a character like this who's like going on missions and fighting monsters and stuff. I like that much more than someone with they would give like in the direction like a higher pitch. I think this is a lot more appropriate. And again, it's like yeah, I'm an experienced fighter. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Look how we're motivating. Brutal, man. Look how we're motivating the camera with the action. I think it's really cool. Catches herself, and then nope. That's the guy. I think. By the way, that's that villain. Yeah, really, really well done. Just awesome. Like I said, the movement is really smooth. And what I like about it is the camera's not like really shaky and moving around and disorienting you in that way. Like, see how it's just real smooth. There's a little bit of subjective feeling. Like there's a little bit of, a little bit, but it's not like, you know, like just endless camera shake. It really makes for a smoother watching experience. Yeah, similarly there. See, there's a tiny bit of movement in the camera as if it was like handheld. When she came out, but then it locks in. It's just real smooth. This is cool too. If you notice, they're using a lot of foreground and background elements. Like, look at this. Obviously, you have the over the shoulder, or reverse over the shoulder, but then you have like cars passing between them, which is really, really cool. And it's also showing you, yes, they're shooting this with a long lens, probably somewhere in like a 100mm range, and it's really compressed. So what I'm saying is, there's a big distance in between them. They're not like right next to each other, but it's awesome. You can get that sense from those elements, which is really cool. But yeah, like I said, set design might actually be the winner here because that's really nicely done. If you look around here, yeah, Central Square, and I wonder how much of this is going to be explorable. That's where my mind goes, right? Again, I've not played Stellar Blade, so I don't really know what to expect. I don't know really too much about these games or the company, but this might be the one I check out, man. Martial arts. Yeah, again, like slipping the punches and everything there. Really, really cool to see. Yeah, this is the part where she's just like, well, time to jump. And this is 100% inspired by Ghost in the Shell. This is an homage to Ghost in the Shell, both in the outfit, clothing design here, and when she jumps off. Yeah, that's the one I like. And look how they use the wide angle here with that insane punch. I think it's, yeah, that. Look how we're using the camera. And like, I don't know if it's going to function like this in game, but I think that's so cool. And then look how the camera punches in for the hit. And there's that rack focus again, right? As if it's like you kind of disoriented for a second, and then we focus in on the hit. Boom. And again, I like how she's punching and is like flying through the air. It's almost like the weapon is so powerful. It's like pulling her arm, which is another cool detail. But yeah, this is 100% Ghost in the Shell inspired, especially when she's going to jump off here. That's great. Yeah, just awesome. Again, when she comes around, we're using this motion to pull the camera back and stay in frame. Nothing too complicated there, but it does take some skill. Yeah, this is very Ghost in the Shell inspired. And then the slam down right here. That's awesome. And the sound design really really shines there. So I thought that was awesome. But yeah, if I had to pick a favorite shot, it's probably going to be that one. It's probably going to be that one, right? Let me see if I can find it. I think right here. The action one is amazing. But this one, where the heck did it go? Yeah, this one. 100%. It's beautiful. And honestly, the coloration is the standout. And it's just exceptionally done. The lighting, coloration, it's going to draw your eye to two places. The character right here with this spiral of the composition, and then also it's going to draw your eye down to the tunnel here. And then for the action, if I had to pick one, it's going to be the one where I got Ghost in the Shell vibes right here. It's just falling. It's a really, really cool shot. And it's just disorienting to you, but it really kind of gives you that feeling of adventure. Like, all right, we're going to do something crazy. And also her casualness with jumping. It's like she's very adept at her job. But anyways, that's my thoughts on that. Thank you so much for joining. If I want to hear about your favorite shot, make sure to sub if you're new and check out my voice acting on my Instagram. All right, I'm probably going to be playing this one.